All right, Bourbon Quest. Welcome back for another round in the North region. Woohoo! Let's do it. What do we have tonight? Well, I'm about to tell you. We have Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style. Yeah, baby. Going up against a bottom shelfer Benchmark. Old number 8. Yeah, old number 8, Benchmark. Alright, so if you watched the last video, the Benchmark full proof at 125 proof, this is nowhere near that, moved on, so congratulations, Buffalo Traces making somewhat of a comeback for their reputation, but going up against Old Forester 1920, let's see what happens. What do you say, Bourbon Quest? Again, just for disclosure's sake, these have been mixed up, arranged through a highly sophisticated proprietary system approved by NASA and under investigation by the FBI. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit. But anyways, I don't know which is which, as you can tell. But let's get right into it. So, bourbon number 1. And we're going to get the whiskey dizzy so we can get dizzy. How about that, ADHD? Oh, man. That's rich and caramel, oak and nut, vanilla, but just deep with a little bit of dark chocolate. That is so good on the nose. I'm digging that nose already. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Sweet mother. I mean, that's rich, dark. It's molasses, caramel, vanilla, a little bit of chocolate. That's freaking delicious, bro. It'll be a tiny second sip because that's amazing. All right. Bourbon number 2, you got your work cut out for you because that's fantastic. And as always, stay hydrated, my friends. I hope you got something here because that's going to be hard to beat. Oh, you got nothing on the nose. I don't think this one's going to be close, and I ain't even tasted it yet. But nonetheless, cheers, Bourbon Quest. Yeah, that has nothing. It's like, I like drinking apple juice or something after that first one. Never stood a chance. That was a... yeah. This is a big boy up against a small directional school that just got into the tournament because they won their tournament and weren't even the best in their, small conference. They were probably like a 500 team and just happened to get on a roll, made it into the tournament and got smacked down as soon as they got in there. Yeah, that's not even close, bro. But I mean, I'm not going to go as far as to say it's bad. It's not. It's just coming off the first one. And again, I don't pay attention to what glass is behind what's bottle because I don't have a clue. Well, I didn't, but I have a clue now. Yeah, I mean, it's nice, it's soft, it's enjoyable, it's crushable, it's not bad. has maybe 2 notes tops. And then you get to this one and it's like, sweet mother of Jesus. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Ah, God, I love that. That is so good. Alright, let's reveal the results. I hope it's what I think it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, that was a no-brainer. Benchmark goes down. Thanks for playing. I mean, it never stood a chance against the Old Forester 1920, and that's what I would have suspected. But, I mean, hey, there's been upsets before, and there will continue to be, I'm sure, more upsets. I mean, we're not even through the first round yet, so, you know, they all get an equal shot, an equal opportunity, but, yeah, this Benchmark never stood a chance. And, granted, you got, I mean, this is one of my favorites, Old Forester 1920. Probably, well, although one of those is starting to become much more hard to get. And I would say, like, my top 3, well, okay. I probably need to expand it to the top 5, but off the rip, my top 4 bourbons that you can easily get that are freaking fantastic, and most of them better than half the allocated stuff that you can get, are Four Roses Small Batch Select, Old Forester 1920, Old Forester 1910, and Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. The Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof is starting to become a little harder to find than those other 3. You should be able to find on any day if you go to more than one liquor store. I mean, honestly, you should be able to get the Old Forester 1920. You should be able to get the Old Forester 1910. You should be able to get the Four Roses Small Batch Select, and then, yeah, the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof is, you still should be able to find if you go to more than 3 liquor stores a week in a month. I mean, it used to be, I would say, in a week, maybe 2 weeks. Now, it may take you going to three or more liquor stores every week for a month to get a Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, because it's starting to become harder and harder to find. But, you know, but yeah, I mean, this was easy. Congratulations, Old Forester 1920. Not surprised. And don't get me wrong, this Benchmark, I mean, for what, I don't know, 20 bucks, maybe 18 bucks, something like that. I like it. I mean, I think it's a, you know, I mean, it's a bottom shelfer, it's a budget whiskey, but it's damn good. I mean, everybody chases the damn Buffalo Trace shit, but then they don't want Benchmark, and you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna do a blind tasting between Benchmark and Buffalo Trace, and it'll be interesting to see, doing them blind, which wins, because I don't think Benchmark gets as much love as it really should as a, you know, readily available and budget bourbon. I mean, Buffalo Trace does such a great job, and I mean, I'm glad to see that the Full Proof made it through. I mean, this never stood a chance against the 1920, so I think at least in the first round, Buffalo Trace is batting maybe 500, maybe a little under 500. But anyways, so they've gotten Blanton's has moved on, Stag Tuner's moved on, Benchmark Full Proof has moved on, And then I know they at least had 3 losers, 4. So a little bit under 500 now that this other benchmark went down. But, you know, they're the most highly allocated freaking distillery there is. And then I really love their whole lineup. I'm a big Buffalo Trace is probably my #1 favorite distillery. They do a really fantastic job. The only downside to them is that just about everything's freaking allocated except for benchmark and Agent Age. But I mean, they've made in the last year and maybe for at least another year are doing a huge expansion, building like something like 20 warehouses on a piece of property right there adjacent to the distillery, that'll hold each one of those like 50,000 barrels. So hopefully that allocation, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because bottom line is they want to sell whiskey, they want to make money, but I think part of their mystique and allure is that everything they have is freaking allocated. And does that mystique and allure go away if they got the half of their stuff was readily available on the shelf? Does that mystique and allure go away? I mean, that's, you know, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think if you could every day find Weller Special Reserve, Weller Antique, and that MSRP, Colonel Taylor Small Batch, Eagle Rare, and then they still will have other things that would still be allocated. Obviously, BTAC, Pappy, but then your special releases of, you know, Colonel Taylor and whatnot. But I think that's probably what they are striving for, is that their base lineup, Eagle Rare, Colonel Taylor Small Batch, at least your Weller Antique and Special Reserve, along with other, and Buffalo Trace, would be readily available on the shelf at MSRP. And then you would have, you know, your Weller Single Barrel, CYPB, Full Proof, Colonel Taylor Single Barrel, Batch Proof, and then their fucking, you know, barn door opener and stupid shit. And of course, BTAC and Pappy, all those would still be allocated, but we'll see. It'd be interesting to see how that turns out. I hope that's the case. I mean, I would love for Eagle Rare to be on the shelf, MSRP, Colonel Taylor Small Batch, you know, so forth. I think that's hopefully where we're going to get to, because I mean they're not ramping up expansion to not sell shit, right? So we'll see. All right, so that wraps it up. Easy winner. Old Forester 1920 Mousson, benchmark out the door. But listen, for $20 or under, this is, I mean, crushable, easy sipper, nice. Throw it in a cocktail, do whatever you want, but it's not bad at all. All right, that wraps it up. Down goes benchmark. And before I turn the camera off, just want to say one last thing, and that is, as always, my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. Haha. See you tomorrow, Bourbon Quest. We're getting close to being at the end of the first round. Maybe a week. Yeah, week's time, maybe a little bit less. We'll see if we make it. All right. Good night, Bourbon Quest. See you tomorrow.